to have everything to lose. Their opponents have everything to win. Syria have endured a shambolic preparation, culminating in 3 consecutive warm-up defeats. The most recent, a 2-0 loss to the United Arab Emirates just last week. Their coach, Romanian Tita Valeriu, was loaned to the national team less than a month ago and freely admits he hasn't had the time to prepare his side for the continental showpiece that is the Asian Cup, being held for the second time here in Qatar, 2011. We've already had the opening 2 games in Group A, 2-0 victories for Uzbekistan over the host nation Qatar, and then China 2-0 winners over Kuwait. And a funny old game it is, because earlier today Jordan in the opening Group B fixture at this 15th Asian Cup were holding a 1-0 lead over the mighty Japan until the very last minute, when Japan managed to equalize and come away with that game with a share of the spoils. We're just about set for the entry of the 2 sides. I'm joined by current Belarus coach Bernd Stanger, a man that needs certainly no introduction to Asian football, the former Perth Glory, Oman and Iraq boss. Bernd, welcome this evening. What can we expect from this Saudi Arabia side with so much pressure on them?
There are many questions around today. The most important questions: are the Saudis still one of the giants in Asia? It's the first question. Can we rate them top 4 in Asia? Can we call them the Arabian Brazilians? But I think there are many questions more, because the pressure is on Saudi Arabia. We will see how they perform today. They don't know where they are. The big disappointment is so big after missing the World Cup last year. And the coach said, don't underestimate Syria. The game against Syria is going to be a tough one, he believes. It means they are shaking, they are a little bit afraid. And we will see how they do the job today. There is a big interest in Saudi soccer community. They love soccer, but now they lack confidence, and today it will be very tough.
Well, the stage well and truly set here at the Al Rayyan Stadium. If it looks familiar to you, it's a carbon copy, or in fact this is the original of the stadium we were in yesterday for China versus Kuwait. Only this stadium, the Al Rayyan, exact same number of seats, exact same proportions, built 12 years earlier than the Al Gharafa. And as you can also see, the overwhelming support is for Syria. We're going to start, though, with the national anthem of Saudi Arabia. A warm appreciation of the Saudi Arabia national anthem, and now the national anthem of Syria. Just listen for the roar. They may be starting as underdogs here this evening, but Syria are being backed by the majority of the supporters inside this Al Rayyan Club Stadium. Many of these players know each other well as they play in various of the Gulf states. Just one European-based player, the Syrian number 19, Sanharib Sabah, who plays his football for Lokeren in Belgium. He's actually called up to the Belgian under-23 squad before choosing to play his senior football on the international stage for Syria. And Bert is a very important player in this Saudi Arabia side as well. It's the number 20, the 2007 Asian Player of the Year, Yasser Al-Qahtani.
Fantastic player, only 1.77 m, a strong header, outstanding player. He can split defense and one of the best players in Asia, and we expect a lot from him today. And there is another one nominated in Asia as a player of the year, number 3, Hausawi. He's 31 years old, a tall defender. They opened the match about him, and I think we will see a lot.
And here we are with the coin toss. Yasser, there he is, Yasser Al-Qahtani, the number 20, so good in the air, as you mentioned, and a goal-scoring machine, so important for Saudi Arabia that he was able to overcome that knock on the foot. He's nicknamed the Sniper. You'll see why if he gets on the score sheet this evening with his celebration. The man that trialled with Manchester City back in 2005 before deciding that he would return to the Gulf. The coach there, Tita Valeriu.
It's very difficult for him in such a short time. 4 coaches in 6 months. How can you build a face for a team? How can you give a face to the Syrian national team? That's why a big crowd today, great expectation. But I think it's a great achievement that they are here after 14 years. And I hope that Josep Pesero said the result of Japan versus Jordan, big surprise today. But I believe the Syrian team cannot be a surprise package. They are not strong enough.
Well, their coach, you mentioned, Tita Valeriu, he's just been loaned to the national team from Al-Ittihad, the AFC Cup winners in 2009. He coached them to that title. He's been in Syria for 3 years. And when a certain Ratomir Djukovic failed to return from holidays after coaching Syria for just 1 match, he was shown the door, and Valeriu quickly pulled in the referee for this evening, the Korean Kim Dong-jin, being assisted by Jeong Hae-song and Jang Jun-mo for Korea. Now, we haven't had the starting team graphics for you this evening, so I'll quickly run you through, once we've had the kickoff, the starting 11s for the two sides. As we are underway, and it's Syria in their red strip, running from right to left on your screen against the Saudi Arabia side, looking to make it at least 7 finals in the last 8 Asian Cups. But it's Syria immediately onto the front foot. That's a good challenge by Abdullah Shuhail. And now Yasser with his first touch. Not the best for the number 20. So for Saudi Arabia, in goal, Walid. The defenders, Shuhail, Borsawi, Osama, and Mishal in midfield. Manaf, Ahmed, Kariri, Abdo, and up front, Al-Qahtani and Nasir Al-Shamrani, the 27-year-old, who's playing up front alongside Yasser Al-Qahtani, whose nickname is Earthquake. He can make things happen. The free kick is for Syria. We'll give you their starting 11 in a moment's time. The free kick to be whipped in with the left boot of Sabag, a newcomer to the Syrian national side. This just his 6th cap. It's a good ball in towards the penalty spot. Cleared. Not entirely, though. And that's a good challenge coming in there from Abdo. Forward towards Earthquake. Comes back out. This is an early chance for Saudi Arabia, perhaps still going into the area. A little bit of a nudge. Referee makes no motion to blow. And then does, in the end, give a free kick in favour of Syria.
Saudi Arabia, they have to show we are here and we are going to win this tournament, and we want to see that. But in the first couple of minutes, Syria is very, very aggressive. They are going ahead, and it's second surprise. Saudi Arabia, they used to play.
On the volley with the left foot. It's not a bad effort at all from Rayyan. He's looking for his second international goal, as you were saying.
They used to play usually with one striker, 4-5-1. But there was a lot of criticism, and today he came back to a system with two strikers, Nasir number 11, and of course Yasser.
Well, they're clearly deciding that attack is the best form of defence, perhaps, against this Syria side. As you mentioned, 4 coaches in the last 6 months. And the man that took Ghana so far in the World Cup in South Africa. Ratamir Djukovic not staying around very long in Syria at all. Can't work the same magic as he did with the Black Stars. That's a nice little ball into the path of Alzino, but the flag up for offside rather late, as is the trend these days in modern football. Linesman waiting until the offside player touches the ball. Here's that earlier chance as Abdo went charging into the area. Jose Pizarro just asking the question. Again, it's a foul in the middle of the park, that time Ismail with the foul on Ahmed Atif, the Saudi champion with Al Shabab in 2004 and 6.
Yasser, you can see it.
He's not the tallest player, is he?
No. Short guy, 177. But he scored so many goals.
It's a lovely overlapping run down the left-hand side. He's done very well indeed, Michel. And now the cross blocked. Syria, they've got some height there in the middle of the park, coming forward. Ball over the top now. For Alzino, still Syrian possession. Al Hussein, dispossessed. There was a late challenge on the far side of the pitch. Here's Yasser. Yasser, that's a lovely touch. Still going Yasser. And now Sabak. And just blocked out in the end by the red shirts, who are also playing with 2 up front. It's a very open start to this one, Bert.
Very, very open. I'm wondering, because Syria, they play very, very aggressive. The best way to stop Saudi Arabia. And it's a good advice to be very tight, to mark them, to be aggressive. There's a way to play against Saudi Arabia. Why? They call them the Arabic Brazilians, because there are so many Brazilian coaches around in Saudi Arabia, and they used to play possession, short passes, 5 meters, 6 meters, one-touch football.
Good ball forward, the flick on again from Alzino, but this time Rayyan unable to get on the end of it. Well, Jose Pizarro, he's not Brazilian, he's Portuguese. He's done it a bit better than a few Brazilians as well. We all remember when Saudi Arabia sacked Carlos Alberto Pereira.
Great names, yeah, great coaches. One-touch football, 2 touches. We will see it later.
Perhaps some early match nerves might just prevent them, though, suggesting they might like to take it a little bit easy, not take too many risks early on. Here we are with Nasir. Again, given away fairly cheaply. Oh, and there was a good chance for the counter-attack there. Unfortunately, Sabah couldn't take it with him. There's another foul. I mentioned that aggressive style at Sabah. Sanharib Sabah Malki, the 26-year-old. He's the man wearing the number 19 shirt that plays in the Belgian First Division with Lokeren. Made his mark with Germinal Beerschot. As I mentioned earlier, was called up to one of the Belgian youth sides, as there's the ball over the top, looking for that run of Balzino, but it was an ambitious ball. And that time, Walid Abdullah, the young goalkeeper, who was a member of the squad that made the final 4 years ago of the 2007 Asian Cup. That's a nice first touch. The overlapping run from Shuhail. Abdo exchanging passes with Ahmed. Manaf. Back out here to Shuhail. Ahmed again.
Fantastic
continuing his run. Well defended though. And again the long ball forward immediately for Alzino. Bursting out of midfield. Firas Ismail. One player we didn't mention that's missing for Syria, Burnt, is their star striker. 25 goals in 49 matches. Firas Al-Khatib. We're not sure what the problem is, or even if there is one.
Yeah, I'm absolutely surprised because Firas Al-Khatib is a hero in Syria, and maybe something wrong with him, or he will come in the second half, or his injury. Under normal circumstances, he should be in the starting lineup. To beat this wall, the central defenders from Saudi Arabia are very strong, especially in the air with long balls. This is no way to beat them.
He currently plays his football in Kuwait with Al-Qadsiya. He's again looking for that run, that defence-splitting pass. But no way through that time. In fact, he spent the best part of the last decade in Kuwaiti football, as that's a great ball over the top for Yasser. No offside, Yasser still. And just as he turned, he was a little bit off balance, showed too much of that. To Abdullah Deka, who made a good challenge, and now it's Syria back on the front foot. Rayyan Ayan. Free kick against Shuhail. Perhaps the fact that Al-Khatib has played so much football in Kuwait over the last decade. The coach is the Al-Ittihad coach in Syria. He knows the domestic league so well, and perhaps, obviously, he'd know who the players are in the Syrian national side, but perhaps feeling he knows who he can trust better from the domestic league as opposed to a foreign star.
It was one reason to take this job for Syria, because he knows,
While Allen's ball was a good ball into the area, defended well by Saudi Arabia. Well, I guess in an emergency, he was the ideal choice, wasn't he? Is that header out? Still Alzino getting it wide now towards Al-Hussein. Al-Hussein still. Syria settling things down. This is the first time they've really had possession in Saudi Arabia's half, controlled possession. And unfortunately, against a well-organised defence, they weren't able to find a breach that time. 10 minutes gone, still no score. Saudi Arabia versus Syria, the second game to be played in Group B. After Jordan and Japan played out something of a surprising 1-1 draw just earlier today. Once again, Saudi Arabia spreading the ball wide. Ahmed Atif going to get another chance. He's got an injured player. Syria. It's the number 7, Abdul Razak Al-Hussein, as opposed to the number 6, Jihad Al-Hussein. And Abdul Razak Al-Hussein is back to his feet quickly. Now Syria will, in all likelihood, as they do, return possession via the left boot. That rather cultured left boot as well, of the number 14, Wael Ayan. Actually plays his football, guess where? In Saudi Arabia, with Al-Faisali. So that left foot, while able perhaps to unlock a defense will be no surprise to their opposition. Here he is again. That's a nice first touch and a nice one too with Saba. Early cross, again it's well defended and defended very strongly by Asama Horsawi. He was one of the key men who highlighted pre-match burn, the number 3. He's just come out of that challenge a little bit gingerly as well.
He looks a little bit injured, but tough player. He will continue, of course.
Ahmed looking for Yasser, no way through. Yasser though, still in there fighting. Saudi Arabia just starting to take control. You feel after 12.5 minutes of this one.
Now they start to play their game, a lot of passes, not so fast forward. They use every single player. Slow build up.
And look, that is that problem for the number 3 Osama Horsawi. Just 26 years of age, but he's played the ball out himself to receive treatment himself, and that looks rather serious. But another interesting point about this Saudi Arabia side is that courtesy of their final 4 years ago against Iraq, which they lost by a 1-0 against an Iraq side, you obviously know like the back of your hand, 4 years ago, but they haven't had to qualify for this tournament. You're in the middle of qualification for Euro 2012 with Belarus, the only side undefeated in your group, by the way.
Yeah.
A big win over France at the Stade de France. But how important is it that they haven't had a competitive match to play? They played the Gulf Cup last week and they lost the final to Kuwait, which was another big surprise. But they haven't been playing qualifying. We, Australia, know how difficult that is to not have a competitive qualifier and then just play one match to try and qualify for something like the World Cup. Here they've turned up without even one competitive match.
Best preparation for a big tournament, a great tournament, are qualification matches. You are under pressure because friendlies, international friendlies, you're never under pressure. You know, it's not so important. It's much more important how you play with your club. But qualification matches are very important. Now they find a way to play.
Syria once again sitting back and looking to hit on the counter-attack.
Very interesting structure of age in the Syrian team. All players are aged between 25 and 28. There is no 20 years old or 19 or 21. And there are no players over 30. All players are in the middle of the 20s. But it means there should be enough experience to make the result today.
That's a good ball in again. From that left foot. Rayyan. Now it's Saudi Arabia's turn to think about trying to hit on the counter-attack. That's well played too. I think Nasir would probably just have moved into an offside position had that ball made it all the way through. We're going to see our first booking of the match. And it's for the number 6, Ahmed Atif. Just lunging, I think he'd lost the ball and just decided rather desperately to throw himself into that challenge with the studs raised. That's a nasty challenge. Deservedly into the ball. First booking of this one. We saw a replay just a couple of moments earlier. That challenge on Horsawi, which injured him, but he's back on the field and showing no further signs of that right ankle problem. Here is Nasir. And the turnover. Given away rather cheaply, rather dangerously by the forward. Alzino unable to take full advantage. And then Nasir again. Just lacking a little bit of concentration at the moment. The number 11 for Saudi Arabia. He's a big boy. That's to put himself about. That's a good challenge from Kariri. Given away again, but free kick this time in favour of Ahmed.
Yeah, it's a little bit ugly what he did.
Touch from Manaf. Little 1-2 with Yasser. Just over here, I'm not sure if he was looking that wider run down the left. Yasser Al-Qahtani looks like he's almost playing as a second striker just behind the number 11, Nasir Al-Shamrani. Carried long by Mossa Balouz. Manaf, lovely touch again from Yasser Al-Qahtani. Abdul Razak Al-Hussein now. Syria look to pull forward. Plenty of options. And going for the difficult pass with the outside of the right boot. Not finding enough angle and enough curl.
It's a matter of quality to play the last final pass. You can call it killer pass, however you want to do it. But it's a lack of quality. You know, it's not a great opportunity for Syria, but the last pass is not correct.
Saud Kariri, the number 14 for Saudi Arabia. He's the man that plays just in front of the defence, the sentinel at the back of the midfield. Actually came through the youth ranks alongside Yasser Al-Qahtani. They know each other's games like the back of their hands. Saud Kariri still at Al-Ittihad, so one of the stalwarts in this side. Shuhail. Ahmed. Kariri now. With the cross, it's floated in towards Nasir. Back out to Manaf. That's a lovely ball. Over the top, first time cross. Yasser lurking at the back post. And well defended. Syria survived, but it was a burst out of the blocks with that lovely ball towards the back post. And volleyed back in first time by Michal. Yeah, they're not too much in that one, but
it's diving, shouldn't do such things.
There's that earlier action. That first time volleyed cross has become such a weapon, hasn't it, for so long. The weapon from those wide positions was the cutback ball, but these days that first time volley before the defence has the time to set themselves can cause real panic if it's played in like that one, in between goalkeeper who can come for it and the defence who's backtracking. That's a nice moment from Jihad Al-Hussein, applauding the support, much of it local as well. There's a big Syrian population here in Doha.
More than Saudis. I'm a little bit surprised because Saudis are fanatic football fans, and there's always a big crowd if you play in Dammam or in Riyadh or in Hilal. It's very, very difficult. We played a friendly match last year in Dammam, 1-1. It was very, very difficult to play big crowd.
Yeah, we've just seen another booking, and unfortunately it's for Jihad Al-Hussein, and it's for walking back onto the field without being invited on by the referee. Well, the rules are rules, even if sometimes they seem a little bit overzealous. The Korean referee, Kim Dong-jin, not taking kindly to Al-Hussein doing his own little bit of refereeing. Would you call that a silly yellow card for Al-Hussein, Bernd, or just the fact that it's opening match in a big tournament and he just wants to get back on the field?
Firstly, he was cheating the referee. It was nothing, absolutely nothing. He was diving, he wanted to create a foul. It was absolutely nothing, you know, and referee, it was a little bit of revenge.
A vengeful Kim Dong-jin.
You're absolutely right, and they have to follow. Very slow build up from Saudi Arabia. Very slow. From man to man. They don't play long balls.
It's probably ideal for a side like Syria, who don't have that automatic understanding of each other's play, of the coach's tactics, and how they're meant to organize themselves against a fast break, for example, things that become second nature after time. But they're learning to work under Valerio, the new coach. They're learning, perhaps some of them, to play together as well, because there are some new faces in this squad. And a slow build-up is perfect for them.
It's fine, but, you know, a new coach, and he's only here on loan a very, very short time. How can he give face to Syria? He can motivate, and they are very motivated to show something, to show that they are good enough for this tournament, to show a big crowd that they are able to make maybe surprises like Jordan today versus Japan. It was a big surprise, and Japan was very lucky at the end of the day to score.
As Manaf gets it wide towards Michal. Right down in front of the Syrian supporters, who give a little bit of a whistle just to try and unnerve him a little bit. Shuhail now. Shuhail coming inside. That's a nice little ball into the channel. And he's looking for Abdul with no way through. The roar you can hear means that Syria have a chance on the counter-attack, and that's well played. Abdul Razak Al-Hussein. Abdullaim. Al-Hussein again with a good switch of play towards Wael. The cross towards the second post. Perhaps he could have gone it alone there. Now Jihad Al-Hussein. The ball back in. Shuhail doing the defending. There were two behind him. It was a header he had to make, and he did it well. Syria, though, who were enjoying just about their best period. A sustained attack there. Saudi Arabia managed to bring it away, and it's a foul by Ali Diab.
Standing on his foot, correct. 24 minutes and both goalkeepers had nothing to do. They're playing in the middle of the pitch. There are no chances. There is nothing in the box. There's no action. They play and play and play. Final passes missed, pass in the channel, or to split the defense. There's nothing. A little bit of disappointment. To show everybody, we are Saudis. We are top team in Asia till now.
The team very, very low on confidence. Jose Pizarro, so heavily criticised in yesterday's pre-match press conference. At one point, he threatened to walk out. Such was the criticism coming from the Saudi journalists. And he said, whatever you do, write whatever you want about me, criticise me all you like, but don't get on the players' backs, because we can't afford to have the players feeling that their team has no chance and no future. As that's a lovely ball, the opening chance, oh, he's put it wide!
What a chance!
Nasir Al-Shamrani with the ball through. It's a lovely pass, running off the shoulder. He did just about everything right, didn't he, Bert?
Fantastic final pass, but he missed 20 centimeters.
Abdul Otef, the midfielder, with that pass. And that was the exact final pass, that killer pass you were talking about. And it was a good run as well from Nasir, who was under pressure. He got the toe poke on it. That could easily have just snuck inside that post as well. But it was certainly a presentable chance, the first of the match, and while still burnt, 25, nearly 26 minutes gone now. Neither goalkeepers yet to make a save, but perhaps should have been forced into one there. Once again, it's Saudi Arabia in possession. Slow build-up, looking for their options in midfield. I think you hit the nail on the head exactly there with what Valerio was trying to do with Syria. He said, look, we'll come out 4-5-1 and just try and motivate those troops, because that's what they're doing. They're out there giving everything. They've got the supporters here in the stadium. They know they're the underdog. And you said it to me earlier, the only thing they've got going in their favor is that they have everything going against them. And that's exactly what we're seeing. Michal. All the way back. To Hossawi. Uses his keeper, Walid. Osama. Managed to bring the ball forward again. Michal for Abdo. Manaf. Ball over the top again, looking for Nasir. The defensive header. It's not one they teach you in the youth academies, right back to the edge of the D. But fortunately for Syria, there was no Saudi attacker attacking the ball. Touch over from Alzino. All the way back again to Walid, and we begin again. Michal, he has Abdo ahead of him. He's got Yasser coming short for the ball. Just riding the challenge. He's got that instinct of just waiting for the defender to put the foot in, get himself off balance, and then just skip the ball away. Kariri with the head in there, Manaf all the way back to Hossawi. Kariri again.
They have patience, they are waiting for their chance. I believe they are sure the chance will come. They have got the first one a couple of minutes ago. They are playing with two strikers. It's really a big surprise because...
Fabulous back heel from Nasir. Now Shuhail putting plenty into that ball. Little touch from Yasser. Oh, Abdo tried to get it back to him. Manaf gets it back to Kariri now. Tries one from distance, blocked by those red shirts. This time it's Rayyan who gets it forward towards Alzino. The supporting line, Alzino from distance, and it's a good effort. And it's palmed away by Walid Abdullah. A good stop as well. He did it all on his own there.
A good save from Walid because 20-25 meters, you know, and it's always difficult. Now after chances it's 1-1.
Syria showing that they're not just here to make up the numbers as well. They've got the corner. First of the match. Ahmed Al-Hussein for Wael Ayan. Al-Hussein again. Can he find the ball in? Good pressure from Shuhail. Looks a handy little right back, the number 2. And Al-Hussein crowded out. Sabah with the ball over the top. Now there are more and more Syria fans pouring into the ground. The block of green and white slowly being surrounded by all sides. Osani. Nasir. Back to Shuhail again. Cross. To Osama. Osama Al-Harbi, one of the Al-Ittihad stalwarts in this side that played in the 2005 FIFA World Club Cup. Al-Ittihad the AFC Champions League prize. One of the number of players as Yasser's Just lets that ball squeeze away from him. That's an excellent pass for Alzino, for Rayyan. The run through the middle from Al-Hussein. He's got there. Looking for the first-time ball. Gets the second-time ball in. Alzino is waiting on the edge of the 6-yard box, but no problem for Walid again.
They brought very, very fast 5 players up front, and the only chance they have to go for counter-attacks, to do something with 3, 4, 5 players, but they did it excellent now.
Well, if you're going to play a counter-attacking game, you might as well give it everything when you do counter-attack. Michal told to switch it towards Shuhail. He does so, but not confidently. Jose Pizarro screaming at his players, just asking them to use their heads a little bit more. Fine save from Walid. Striking statistics with the national side are rather overshadowed by Yasser Al-Khattani. That little chip over. Oh, that's a bit of unorthodox keeping. Coming a long way, he could easily have just claimed it. Alzino, who's played just 4 international matches less than his counterpart in opposite number, Yasser Al-Khattani, but just 14 goals to his name. Twisting and turning, but no way through again. And here's a bit of space for Manaf. Chip over the top for Yasser. This could be danger. No hand ball. There's a control with the shoulder. That's a strong challenge by Osama. Tries his luck from a long way out, fully 40 yards. Yasser. And now the counter-attack is on again. Alzino. He's got Al-Hussein in the middle. Only one. I'm not sure just what he was trying to do there.
How quick they have 5 players in front to do something. It's excellent how they play. Syria, best chance to do something.
They're doing exactly what you mentioned at the start. They've got nothing to lose, so they're going for it. Saudi Arabia, who would appear to have perhaps tactically, perhaps technically, a slight advantage, but for the moment, they're having their feathers ruffled. Nasir for Manaf. Oh, and they've almost made it back to Nasir. He's the top scorer in the Saudi Premier League in 2008 and 2009. Nasir Al-Shamrani, now 27 years of age. Just 2 goals, though, for the Saudi Arabian national side, the side known as the Falcons.
It's a good combination, Yasser and Nasir. Yasser plays a little bit around. He's not the fastest player, but you know, he has a view, he sees everything, he passes, strong in the air, intelligent player, looks like a midfielder. And Nasir, very quick, very fast.
Strong, the out-and-out striker. Syria coming forward again. Sabah. No foul. Just getting their wires crossed there. And number 6, Ahmed Atif. Abdul. Manaf. Good turn away from trouble and a good ball to Abdul again. But he loses out. Al-Hussein again throws himself to ground. No free kick this time.
No, it's nothing. Kick the ball.
Kariri. Nana. Nasir, who's stayed out on that left flank. Nasir straightening up as well. Just a little dink in towards Yasser. Ahmed. Nasir again. Oh, he's done well, Nasir. Yasser. So much pressure on the back of Yasser every time he gets the ball. Red shirts right there, and the counter-attack is on again. And once again, they're pouring forward in numbers, Syria. Oh, what a shame. The touch was heavy from Elzino.
They use every single chance to go for counter-attack. They do it and they risk it. It's good, and maybe they will score a goal this way.
Elzino back out to Al-Hussein. Now they do have two in the middle to aim for. It's fired in hard. Now the shot. It's a goal. 1-0 Syria have the lead. Abdul Razak Al-Hussein as he runs right through the Saudi technical area to do his celebration. I'm not sure if that'll make him the most favourite man in Saudi Arabia. Certainly not after his goal. It looked like it took a deflection on the way through, but the majority of this stadium, the Al Rayyan Club Stadium, is in rapture.
I think maybe they will score a goal this way, and they did it. 3-4 touches, 4-5 players, and it's done.
Just the slightest deflection.
Very difficult for Walid. There's no way for the goalkeeper. Now we will have a great game.
1-0.
Saudi is under pressure.
The underdog leads. Saudi Arabia now have to pick themselves up. Jose Pizarro, the man under pressure. The Saudi coach. Al-Hussein. Jarad Al-Hussein as opposed to the goal scorer Abdul Razak Al-Hussein. Jarad Al-Hussein's done brilliantly. Again, there are numbers in the middle to aim for. They've got the corner. Well, Syria are on top. There you see that deflection. It's Shuhail just putting his head on it. And in the end, while trying to get it away from the goal and prevent it, he's ended up making it impossible for Walid. Valerio, a very happy man. And it comes towards the back post. Well, if he was going for goal, it was ambitious, but not too far off either. So what does Saudi Arabia have to do now? They've got to settle things down. They've got to stay patient. Stick to the game plan or change things immediately?
They have to play faster. They have to play faster. There are fantastic conditions, 80 degrees, it's not 50. And they have to do something. It looks like summer football, you know, and pass and pass and pass possession, but one chance in 40 minutes. It's not enough.
June is what you're saying, but it's not 50 degrees under the sun.
Exactly.
Winter competition.
World Cup conditions today here in the stadium. Absolutely.
That's a nice turn as well. Ahmed getting it wide to Shuhail. He takes the touch, turns inside. It's well played. Little dink. Oh, and almost an own goal. Header at the other end as well. As Saudi Arabia look to bite back. It was Abdul Qadir Deka. He headed over his own crossbar. Mossab Balouz, the 28-year-old keeper, still with little to do at the moment. He's vastly experienced as well. 4 times Syrian league winner. As the ball comes in from Manaf, the keeper comes for it, and it's a good punch. Now the chance for the counter-attack. Abdullahi, the flag up for offside against Wailayam. Taken quickly by Walid this time. Too quickly. In fact, we've got the goalkeeper down, injured at the other end after that punch. So the Syrian keeper to receive a bit of treatment.
He twisted his ankle, I believe. he was landing and he twisted his ankle. It looks not very good.
Well, a real grimace on the face of Mossab Balouz. Played 5 games in qualifying for Syria. They defeated China in their group, although both qualified very comfortably in the end. They won their opening match 3-2. As the spider cam brings you right in close to the action. Let's have a look at the ankles there. Well, when he lands. Hard to tell. Everything going right for Tita Valeriu and his assistant Rapsolta Alexandru, his compatriot. Valeriu, who finished his playing career in Morocco before switching across from the North African Arab world to the Asian, Middle Eastern Arab world. Suhail has shown plenty of enterprise down that right-hand flank. Yasser has shown some nice touches, but perhaps we expect more from him. There was a little doubt about his participation in the match, of course. The number 20 for Saudi Arabia, their emblematic captain, injured his foot in their last friendly match just on the 4th of January, just 5 days ago against Angola. It finished scoreless. There were a couple of sendings off as well in that one as it ended rather acrimoniously. Kariri gets it wide to Nasir, looking for Yasser. It's not a bad ball just over here. Since they lost the final of the Gulf Cup 1-0 to Kuwait in early December, they then lost 1-0 to Iraq just after Christmas. They defeated Bahrain 1-0 on New Year's Eve before that scoreless draw with Angola. And perhaps Syria have been playing their cards very closely to their chest. They lost to Iraq, lost to Korea, then had their match against India cancelled because they decided they weren't ready to play it and didn't want to perhaps suffer anything more demoralising against India, and then lost 2-0 to the United Arab Emirates. But they're showing a very different side to their game here. As Alzino, again, he's not backward and coming forward, is he?
Playing good football, playing good football. Attacking football, they are going ahead, they are not afraid to take 3, 4, 5 players in attacking position, and they deserve it.
Question of Saudi Arabia, and for the moment, can't find any answers. Masowi for Osama. Michel. With the ball inside from Abdo towards Ahmed Atif. Ahmed still going. No free kick. That's the Korean official. 2 minutes of stoppage time to be added on at the end of this first half. And that was just about started as well. Suhail. Ahmed Atif. Abdul. Manaf. Wide for the fullback. Michel. Been forced back. Only Alzino forward for Syria. Yasser. That's a nice ball again for Suhail. Suhail, that's a great cross to the back post, and there's nobody in there. Abdo making the run too late. In the end, the corner conceded. Suhail's ball is a lovely ball, inviting someone to come and attack it. Now Ahmed tries it, blocked, appeals for a handball, nothing given. Now can Syria launch the counter-attack now? They might yet do. No, free kick called back for a foul on Al Hussein. 45 seconds left.
On paper, everything was clear. Giant will beat the underdog, but they have to play on the green surface. And now we have a fantastic result for the second half. Will be quite interesting. To see the answer of Saudi Arabia. I personally believe they will bring a young gun, Najef Hassasi. He's 21 years old. He's a fantastic dribbler, a young guy, very, very popular in Saudi Arabia. 1-0.
There goes the half-time whistle. Perhaps one of the first big upsets of the tournament in the making here. Jordan were leading Japan by a goal to nil. Now, it's Syria leading Saudi Arabia, 3 times champions. The most recent of which, 1996. After 1984 and 88, it was the golden years for Saudi Arabian football, driven, as you mentioned, by their Brazilian coaches. But they've got a Portuguese man in charge at the moment, but I'm not sure for how much longer. A defeat against Syria would largely destabilize his position. Well, let's have a look at the highlights then of this first half. There's the goal. And what a lovely goal it was. What a lovely moment for Abdul Razak Al Hussein. His 5th international goal after goals already this year against Lebanon and China in friendly matches. And so here come the highlights then of what we've seen so far in this opening 45 minutes. Bernd, talk us through it, because we were expecting Saudi Arabia to come out all guns blazing. They had to assume the responsibility of being the favourites. They didn't do that. They played this slow build-up play, and in the end, I think Syria just grew in confidence as the game went on, didn't they?
It seems to be there was no motivation from the first moment to show everybody, to show Japan, to show Australia, to show Korea. We are here, we are back on track. And they allow 3-4 big chances for Syria.
And that was their one and only chance, really, wasn't it?
The only chance.
Nasir, that lovely ball from Abdo. Nasir just poking it wide.
But it's not done for the Syrian team. We can expect the second half some changes in Saudi Arabia, and I personally believe it will be similar like Japan. There will be a lot of pressure for defense of Syria.
That was that long-range effort from Alzino. Good save from Walid. Fair to say it was a game of few chances, that one shot. For each side in the opening half hour. I mentioned in the commentary it was rather unorthodox keeping. And then the goal.
They are going straight to score. They are playing forward, counter-attacks. It's the best way, and possession means nothing if you cannot kick the final pass. What's happened, Saudi Arabia was not correct in attacking area. One chance.
And again, it's a reward for getting those numbers forward, isn't it? Because they had a player on the edge of the box for when it came back out. Al Hussein was the right man in the right place for that. We're going to have a look at the statistics now. Whereas we can see more of the ball. for Saudi Arabia. 58 possession against 42 for Syria. But as you say, if you don't do anything with it...
Exactly, 1-0 Syria. 58%, that's a lot more.
1-0 Syria, of course, the most important statistic of that first half. Look at the tackles. That explains what you were saying earlier in the first half as well. So aggressive. In there fighting for everything against just 27 tackles for Saudi Arabia. And very few fouls. The referee has really let the game play as well. He's having a good game, the Korean official.
If you win the battles, you can win a match. And 41-27, that's a clear answer.
Well, there we see Syria running 5 more kilometers as well than Saudi Arabia. And most of it a little bit faster as well. You can see the heat map of showing that Saudi Arabia playing far more defensively as well and operating far more in front of their own goal than Syria, who are dominating that midfield. Well, that's it for the first half. Syria 45 minutes away from a great upset in Asian Cup football history. Second half coming right up. Don't go away.
元気にピッチに戻ってきたのが赤のユニフォームシリアでした。そして遅れて白のユニフォームサウジアラビアのメンバーがピッチに戻ってきました。グループ B の戦い、サウジアラビアとシリアの戦いは1対0、シリアリードで折り返して、これがと後半へと向かっていきます。後半も引き続き福西隆さんの解説でお伝えしてまいります。さあ福西さん、サウジアラビアがこれどうシリアの守備を崩して、点を奪っていくか、こういったところに注目が。
Welcome back to the Al Rayyan Club Stadium here in the west of Doha, the 15th Asian Cup, Qatar 2011. And perhaps, from what we've seen in the first half at least, one of the big upsets. Bernd, you said at the start of the match that you didn't expect Syria to be a surprise package in this game, but from what we've seen, they are a huge surprise. They're without their star striker, Firas Al-Khatib. We don't know if that's by choice or by injury, as we see Saudi Arabia are preparing for a change. That was going to be my question. What do they have to change to get back into the game? These 3 times champions of Asia.
At first they have to change their attitude. There is no body language, there is no leadership on the pitch. They play slow, they are passing from man to man, there is no danger. There is a lot of things missed in the first half. There are only 3 dangerous shots altogether. There are no free kicks, there is nothing. Have to do something.
Well, the second half is underway with that one substitution then at half-time. The number 15 for Saudi Arabia, Ahmed, who was the man that played in that lovely ball for their only chance of the game so far. He's been replaced by Taizir Al-Jassam, the 26-year-old, vastly experienced as well. He scored in the 4-0 friendly win a month ago over Uzbekistan. And perhaps he's in to offer more of a goal threat, but it's a goal threat at the other end. Syria bursting out of the block.
It's a foul,
and it's a free kick in favour, and it's taken quickly. Rayyan, the shot blocked. And that was a very good piece of defending from Morsawi, who gave away the foul, but was then so quickly back to his feet. In fact, it was Osama who gave the foul. Quick piece of thinking, and a good, quick piece of thinking from the defender as well. In the meantime, Sanarib Sabah, the man you highlighted as being one of the danger men perhaps in this Syria side, the number 19. He's down after receiving what looked to be a big knee in the lower back. Well, Sabah Malki, the number 19, he scored in one of the build-up matches 6 weeks ago against the UAE. He also scored against the UAE in qualifying as well. Syria, which is strange for a side that's chopping and changing its coaching, perhaps, as Alzino gets it back out to Al Hussein. Manaf getting a touch, and in the end cleared by Abdullahi. Strange, but perhaps you going through the qualifying, you saw that they only conceded goals in that first game against China, which they won away in China 3-2. But for a side that's chopping and changing coaches and playing staff as a result of changing coaches who doesn't know the styles, to concede so few goals.
You can see today why they received only 4 goals. It's an absolutely motivated team. They are running for each other, they are fighting for each other. And maybe that's why.
The free kick played in with the right foot, the header. And unfortunately for Saudi Arabia, Osama, the big boy, just couldn't get enough power on it, even if the direction was a little bit too good. Under pressure and just backing away as well as he tried to nod it goalwards.
They start again very, very aggressive. The Syrians very aggressive, men against men. They don't give 1 meter space. I believe Saudi Arabia, they are impressed.
Free kick again. Well, we had 11 free kicks in the first half. We've had 4 already in under 4 minutes of the second. Kareri. Ahmed. Yasser with Nasir playing very much a wide attacking role on the left, more and more now, allowing the space in the middle to Yasser Al-Khattani. It's another free kick from an almost identical position as the one a few moments earlier. Again, when we look for the big central defenders, it's towards Kareri. There's no problem for Mossab Balouz. He takes his time. Let's hope we don't have too much soaking up of the clock from Syria. It's always a dangerous tactic when you're only leading by a single goal against a side which, despite their current problems, is a quality side and a big side. And how often you see it, the traditional sides, they struggle in the group stage, but they always get the result they need, and they're always there. Look at Japan earlier. They looked low on ideas, but they got that goal at the end. Bashar. Ball with the left foot. Oh, that's a ball clearance though. Shuhail still going. Ball to the back post. It's overhead. Well, he measured some lovely balls in the first half, but that one just had a little bit too much pace behind him.
But now they are playing faster, they are playing more aggressive, going in the box.
That contact in the middle. Saudi player throwing himself on the defender. Jose Cruzeiro, the pressure is on him. Will his players stand up and save him? That's a no-look pass from Carrera, and he didn't see Alzino, who's won the throw as well off Osama. We often hear of coaches asking their players to play like wild dogs, to get stuck in, to chase everything, to run it down. It's exactly what Syria are doing, and as we said in the first half, it's about all they can do, given the shambolic preparations they've had.
The question is, can Syria, are they strong enough, physically strong enough to run for 90 minutes? Because now they have another space.
Carreri's ball, here goes Shuhail again, a slip, Shuhail. Now he's got plenty of time to try and pick his spot. And Yasser Al-Khattani is furious with Nasir. Watch the number 20 here. He's screaming at Nasir to make the run to the front post. It doesn't happen. He was looking to just crisscross in the box and make the run to the back post, get Nasir to attack it. It didn't happen. Lack of understanding. The ball towards Nasir, and again, Balouz turns it. Cruzeiro, again, he's furious. A little bit rushed that time. In the second half, if Syria decide to change their game. Shuhail, getting pressed by the number 2 for Saudi Arabia, on a side that has struggled. He's looked to get forward at every opportunity. Here he is again. The cross in is a good one as well. Finding Yasser, but on the edge of the box, it's always going to be difficult to score from a standing start. He wasn't arriving at pace, even if he is excellent in the air.
The Syrians have to do something on the left side because Belal Abdul Ain is going forward, the number 2, forward. It's very, very dangerous. They have to stop him. If not,
Here it is again at Sabah. Touchdown. Rayyan. I'm not sure if he spotted the run about Hussein, as it's Abdul Razak Al Hussein.
they are full of confidence. They do everything.
And again, they've got numbers coming forward as well. Always there for that second phase ball. Yasser.
今サウジアラビアのベンチ
Not
を見ます
an inch of space.
He asked for the ball, he wants to do something, he wants to create something. He's a lot of experience, intelligent player, and he will be able to play a final pass today. I think so.
Well,
It's
that's
a
what they need,
question,
isn't
how
it?
long can Syria keep this result?
ちょっとサウジア
How
ラビア
long can they
は
keep pressing like this?
先発出場の11番
It
のシャ
takes
ムラーニが
enormous
ちょっ
fitness
と
to
壁
be
を
able
動
to
き
press and press and press. Kariri. Nice little ball for Nassir, but his backheel pass a little over elaborate. Kariri again. He likes to keep it simple. Finds
さあ
Yasser.
裏を狙おうとす
A
る
little
カッターニ
burst
だ
of pace to get there first.
2001年アジア
Gonna
カッ
take
プ
on
連
two
の
though.
MVP
And he loses out. Abdullahi.
ファウルはありません
And now Al
ライン
Hussein.
終わりました
Well, the linesman's
まだ
not making the decision.
ハザージは入ろうとしませんアフタ
The
ー
referee in the end
は
just allows Michel to pick up the ball, and both sides seem to settle for that. Ahmed with the touch from Manaf. Manaf again. Michel, the cross towards the front post. It was allowed to go a long way.
They prepare another change. I expect this change. A very, very exciting player. 21 years old. A dribbler.
Oh, that's some dribbling. Beautifully done by Sabah. Oh, that could have been hit first time. By Sabah, in fact, it was Al Hussein, I think, who was driving through the middle.
Great dribbling, but the final pass wasn't exact enough, and that's why he missed this chance to lead 2-0.
Well, it was Sabah who was arriving in the middle.
やはりシャムラーニ
And
と
he
の交
just
代です
couldn't hit it, and in the end, he left it
今
for Alzino. Here is that substitution.
Striker for striker. He's not going full risk in the second half.
So it's Nassir
ここで9番をつけま
who's
した
come off.
One of the
ハザージ
most
が入りました
rising stars in Saudi Arabia. Very young guy, big talent.
ハザージと関係が非常に良かった
And unfortunately for Nassir, Al Shamrani, the man nicknamed Earthquake, was anything but earth-shattering in the 56 or so minutes that he played here. He had that great chance to open the scoring, of course, on 26 minutes. It's the only chance, really. Just about so far as that could easily have squeezed through from
今入りました
Abdul Razak Al Hussein for Jarrad Al Hussein. And here he is again. Alzino peeling off to the right. He goes left with a good ball as well. The touch from Wael Ayan, just a little bit heavy. So we've still got two up front. However, now we look to have the two substitutes, Tazir and Naif, who gets his first touch there, and quickly his second for the other substitute, Tazir. Spreads it wide to Shuhail. Shuhail, he was waiting for the overlapping run, it didn't come, and again it was that blind pass back to Manaf. And he didn't see the run of the Syrians who are running.
シリアはまだメンバー交代はありません 後半の12分から間もなく13分
Alzino leaping with Osama. Oh, Michel taking an age, and in the end putting Walid under a little bit of pressure. Handball surely against Sabah.
Handball, unlucky, but that's why he hasn't received the yellow card. He's booked for that.
Unintentional.
Another foul.
Intentional foul.
Becoming more and more tired, more and more fouls.
Michel. Kariri.
ここまではサウジアラビアは相変わらずボールは持てます
And the red shirts come out to meet him. Sabah and Ismail, the number 5, has worked so hard in that marauding defensive midfield role. That's a good ball for Manef. Shuhail, he was played wide, he was looking to come inside. They've lost their momentum, but they've won a corner. And is this the chance for the 22-year-old Naif Hazazi? He scored 6 goals in 11 internationals so far. And you know just how difficult this is, Bernd. He scored in the Azadi in a 2-1 win over Iran as well, in front of 120,000. So he's not to be overawed. The young man in the number 9 shirt as it's in towards him as well. Now back out, the header, it's a goal! And they're in! Saudi Arabia are level. The keeper completely unsighted. And that's a nice bit of coaching from Jose Pizarro. Tazer, the number 17, the half-time substitute for Abdo, has got the goal. Saudi Arabia are level.
They play faster, they play more aggressive, and look for it. Goalkeeper did a good job, but
I think he must have been unsighted. In fact, it's Naif who was standing right in front of him.
couldn't see anything.
Perhaps he'll feel perhaps he should have done better all the same. Now it's the Saudi Arabia fans, the fans of the Falcons, who are cheering. Albert, you picked it. Can Syria hold on to that lead? They were sitting back a little bit more. It just shows that they couldn't. And a good piece of coaching.
Oh, no, I believe they will be stronger and stronger and better because the Syrians look a little bit exhausted, a little bit tired now. And I don't believe in them. Till now it's okay, 1-1, but I think they cannot keep this pressure. Saudis are motivated. Maybe it was too much pressure before the match. You know, the expectation is so high to come back to the top teams here in this part of the world. And now they feel better, they play better, they play faster. It was so slow in the first half. The build-up for attacking was so slow, without any emotions. But now it's a team, they are going with an outstanding right wing back, Suhail. He creates a lot of trouble, corner kicks on the right side, and they don't stop him.
So here we see the goal again. Now look at the role of Naif. He's standing right in front of the keeper. He was looking for the flick on. But still, I think the Syrian keeper, Mossab Balouz, who came and punched a couple that he might just have grabbed in the first half, who I think must shoulder some of the blame for that one. It was a header from the edge of the box, but here comes Syria again. The cross to the back post. Hussein is there. Abdul Razak Hussein! That's another deflected goal!
They are coming back. What a goal! Another deflection. Yesterday, today, deflection goals.
Fabulous scenes in the Rayyan. The Syrian supporters are celebrating. We were wondering, would Saudi Arabia go from strength to strength? It's Abdul Razak Al Hussein who has scored again after netting his 5th international goal in the first half. That's number 6, and it's an almost identical goal as well.
It's poor defending, 3 against 1, and he comes through. He has time to bring the ball to the middle, and he brings the ball. Another weak defending. Youth football.
And again, it's reward for taking the risk to get up on the edge of the box for the defensive midfielder. Be there, create the numbers.
There are always 3 Saudis against 1, and they lost.
In just 2 minutes. after seeing Saudi Arabia equalize, Syria go back in front. And that is just the tonic. Perhaps they need to try and go on with this even further. Perhaps this time they will hold on. We saw Jordan pulled back earlier this evening in the opening Group B match by Japan, as now it's one Hossawi will get there first. For El Zino to chase. And we wondered if Syria would drop their heads as well, if conceding that goal after everything they've been through, after 3 warm-up matches, in just a week before the tournament began, would they have the legs, would they have the courage? As we see it again, it really is almost a carbon copy goal, except this time the deflection is even bigger of Hossawi.
Now it's a great football game, and now our emotions on the pitch. You see how they work, how they fight, both teams. It's not the end of the day. I think we will see 1 or 2 goals more, hopefully.
Well, we've still got over 25 minutes left. And the crowd that have made their way to the Al Rayyan club ground are being treated to an unexpected classic with this Asian Cup. Hossawi again. Saudi Arabia need to put their foot on the accelerator. It's going to be a change for Syria coming up. As Naif wins the ball in the air but can't find a teammate. And it's Adel Abdullah, the 26-year-old midfielder, who celebrates birthday number 27 tomorrow. And what an early gift this would be for Abdullah, earning his 30th cap, replacing Sanharib Sabah Malki, who applauds the crowd. Just to take a little bit more time now that they're back in front. He had a role in that second goal, Sabah. And Abdullah, who comes into the game as Sabah Malki is swamped by his teammates as he makes his way towards his seat. It's high fives all around on the Syrian bench. That's a good ball. Abdul Razak Al Hussein still chasing. Hossawi. Look how deep Saudi Arabia are playing football. They're just 30 yards out from their own goal. They're stretched. And it's the red shirts that are back defending, more compact. And we're going to have another change now, this time for Saudi Arabia. It's the number 8, Manaf Obashkair, who's coming out of the game to be replaced by another of these exciting young talents, perhaps a 20-year-old Nawaf Al-Abid, who plays for Al-Hilal. A long throw. He's another player with a nose for goal, the number 18 for Saudi Arabia. But here's a man who's already scored 2, Abdul Razak Al Hussein. As he tries it as well from distance. Well, he's confident,
the best way. He was alone and
well, he was being tracked by the substitute Nawaf, who gets his first touch of the ball from Hossawi. Now Kariri. Big switch of play. It's a good ball as well. Nawaf. And what can he do, the substitute? He's fresh legs. He gets it back to Michal. Ball to the back post. Here's Taizir, the man that scored Saudi Arabia's goal. Shuhail with the cross in towards Yasser. Out jump. Ahmed. Kariri. Shuhail again. Saudi Arabia, again with the ball, but not doing enough with it. This time it's Shuhail being forced back, and he's been harried out of possession as well. No free kick, says the referee.
No, he shouldn't do it. It wasn't never a free kick.
We're midway through the second half. Time is running out for Saudi Arabia. They've equalized once. Can they equalize again? We said in the first half, these big traditional giants in continental competition, they have a habit of getting results. As here goes Ahmed, he was looking for that pass through to Yasser. Now Kariri. Well, it's a long way out.
Still 20 minutes left. It's a long, long time for Syria to keep this result. They will do everything. They are very compact now. Only one striker ahead. All other players are defending, running, fighting for their life today.
And Kariri, who's 30 years of age, just frustrated, I think, into trying that shot from 30 yards out because of what you say. They're compact, they're playing behind the ball, they're frustrating Saudi Arabia. And they're being forced to try their luck from distance because they're getting no luck from inside. The studs are raised. I've seen a couple of high challenges. That one from Mohamed Al-Zino. Shuhail fouled again. That time by Rayyan. Sawi for Kariri. So you see that second foul again. Michal. A little bit lucky that time. Abdullahi. Chip over the top. The flag has stayed down. And let's guess who? Abdul Razak. Al Hussein. But Horsawi, who's a vastly experienced and technically excellent central defender. Got across in cover, read the play well, covering Osama, who's the left-sided central defender. Tazer. Their way through, Abdullahi belting the ball away. His duty to just spray it around, to direct traffic, left and right, left and right.
Yasser looks very, very tired now. His steps are very, very slow.
Ball in, little flick on.
He's back from injury, yeah.
Red shirts everywhere, they managed to clear a big up and under. Almost brings rain. It was Kariri who was getting forward. That's a great touch for Naif. And again, the defense gets across in cover. It was a lovely touch from Yasser to play him in, and the 22-year-old just couldn't add the finishing touch.
Excellent touch. And the youngster, it's a corner kick. Yeah, what should he do? And another chance. Number 2.
Ali Diab it was with that perhaps goal-saving tackle. Osama with the header down towards Naif. Osama again, back in towards Yasser, making a nuisance of himself. The ball might yet fall for Naif. They've got another corner. Syria starting to play a dangerous game. Again, it's Diab who gets the ball away. The corner from Tazer. It's a good ball towards the front post. Again, Balouz didn't come for it. Lovely touch, Ahmed. Kariri. Michal. Horsawi. Ahmed again. The run from Tazer ahead of him. Ahmed looks for a ball into the box towards Naif. Just manages to get a glancing header on it.
it's very, very difficult for those youngsters to change the match. They are very, very young. They have not enough experience, and there is not enough leadership in the Saudian team. Now they try to do everything. They play faster. But what did they do the first 30 minutes today?
Not enough.
It was not enough. Yeah, it was not enough. And now time is running.
28 minutes gone in the second half. We're approaching the 74-minute mark. It's never easy to come from behind in international football, as you know all too well. To do it twice is even harder for Saudi.
Even a draw is a big disappointment for Saudi Arabia against this team, Syria. It's a big disappointment, and they know that. But they have to score 2 goals to win this match. It's very, very difficult.
Taizir is trying to do just that. Oh, good defense again from Abdullahi that time. And it's cleared by Diab. And Zino has won the free kick off Osama. He's had a bit of cramp for Zino, who has worked very hard. And I think it might just about be his last contribution as well. I think we can also say if we're going to make a substitution, which it looks like we are about to, the number 9, Kusai Habib. As we have the attendance, just under 16,000. We only had 7 in the Al Gharafa yesterday, and there is a great atmosphere in this ground this evening. They're seeing a big result perhaps in the offing, and they're enjoying a great performance from the underdogs. And it's not just going to be one change for Syria, perhaps it might be 2 after that slight delay for Alzino, as there you can see the number 9 preparing to come into the game, Kusai Habib, the 23-year-old who made his debut with the national side just in November. I think he's coming on for Alzino, but the coach has just told Alzino to get back on the field and run across perhaps to the other side of the park, so that when the substitution sign is made, in fact, it's not Alzino coming off, it's the number 6, Jahad Al-Hussein, the 28-year-old, one of the key men in midfield. Kuwaiti champion this year with Al-Qadsiya. Abdullahi Kariri gets there ahead of Alzino. Ahmed Atif does well, but look, still being harassed every time.
There are 5 players around, and they try to dribble. They lose balls, and
we'd like to see them commit a few more numbers forward. Let's take a few risks.
This team, they are not Brazilians.
That is a nasty challenge from the substitute, number 18. The foot was on the ground, but the studs were showing from Abdul Qadir Deka. But Nawaf El Habib, the 20-year-old, putting his studs right on the knee as Barouz comes and claims that one. And every time the keeper makes the save, it's met with a roar from the... Nawaf with the ball in. It's another free kick. It's gone. Ishal Al-Sayed. Still have one change up their sleeves, Syria. I suspect it's going to be Abdul Fattah Al-Aga, who's just upping his work rate on the touchline. As this free kick is potentially a really dangerous one now. Abdul Razak Al-Hussein has stepped away. He doesn't seem too interested. One man that does is the number 2, Belal Abdullahi. It's the left foot of Rayyan.
番のアヤンもこの試合の立ち上がりで左のサイドでよく点を作りました。何よりこの G の14番です。さあサウジアラビアがとにかくこじ開けたいんですけども、なかなかこじ開けられない。そんな中でフォワード同士の交代もあってハザージも入れてきました。
We haven't even mentioned the name of Yasser Al-Khattani for about the last 10 minutes or so. This is the time when you need your talismanic captain to step up. Al-Zino, it's a good ball. Habib, wide for Al-Hussein, no offside. Habib again. Oh, good play. Turning Osama inside out, now can try and... Oh, I think he was trying to measure the cross in towards Al-Hussein at the front post. And number 7 has run himself into the ground for Syria this evening. And it's one of the substitutes, Adel Abdullah, who's upping his work rate in the middle of the park. They have to compensate these substitutes when they come into the game for a side that's worked so hard.
Again, they are very, very compact, the Syrian team. There is no way to come through for the Saudis. Very, very compact, 30 meters. Fighting zone, and it's very, very difficult to come through. They play again around the box, cannot find the final pass.
10 minutes left. Michal's ball towards Naif. It might yet fall. Kareli! As it flashes just wide of the post. Balouz did not move.
Great cross, good header, but missed about 2-3 meters.
Balouz takes his time, and we've got another Syrian player who's gone down with cramp in the middle of the park. Nervy moments these for the Syria fans. They're not far away now. All this does is add stoppage time at the end of the match. Sabag is just saying he's going to be substituted, he's going to go off. To the Saudi players who aren't too impressed. I think the player down is Rayyan. Jose Zero has been asked to calm down a little bit by the local fourth official, Abdullah Balidei.
He's under pressure, but he knows that there's extra time, at least 4 or 5 minutes today. Yeah.
And in the end, it looks like the player to come into the game will be the 28-year-old Samer Aoud, wearing the number 23 shirt for Syria. Rayyan is back to his feet, but he's been driven a long way away by the medical Moby. He wants to rejoin. He's going to have to wait. And he's going sitting back down now. He's clearly suffering. Kariri for Ahmed. He won't want to leave his side with just 10 men. Aoud is preparing to come into the game. Al-Zino, he's worked hard, the big number 12 for Syria, up front. A little reward so far, but he's been the one contesting the headers. Yasser, the nod down towards Naif. That's not the best clearance either. No one competing it for Saudi Arabia. Michal. Oh, Michal's done well. Michal into the area now. Nawaf. Back out to Ahmed. The shot. It's a good one. Blocked. It was arrowing in. We're right in line with that shot from Ahmed. And that was heading inside that far post. The substitution is completed for Syria with just minutes left. Rayyan takes a seat, the little number 14 on the left side of midfield. It's taken quickly, punched again by Balouz. Nawaf, a little nod back in. Another unauthorized unorthodox clearance, only as far as Yasser, back in first time. Cleared by Alzino, and then cleared a second time. And number 7 for Syria, Al Hussein, continues to run everything down to put the pressure on. Yasser. Out jump by Sabag. Nawaf. Taizir, the man that equalised, albeit briefly, for Saudi Arabia on 62 minutes. Kariri. Nawaf. Ahmed. Naif with the header back across towards Yasser. He tries to control, he does so. Back out to Kariri. Desperation buys the Syrian defence.
They cannot find a way through. There is no way. They are so compact in the box. They have to go over the wings. They don't do it. Or bring a tall defender in front to kick long balls or to do something.
And Hossawi, perhaps a little bit lucky to get away with that. The pass is ball, it's Ismail with a little touch in there to win it back again for Syria. And now the race is on for the substitute Habib. But he won't get there. Ahmed for Taizir. Jose Pizarro absolutely furious on the touchline. He's saying there's 5 minutes left still. There's going to be 4 or 5 minutes of stoppages. Let's calm things down. We have to be patient. Abdullahi is calming things down, being very patient with his throw.
What can you do now? You have to risk everything. You have to bring a defender in front or to kick long balls, to do everything. It's very, very, very difficult.
Abdullahi gets his yellow card, proving that in football, patience is not always a virtue. The free kick. Ahmed brought down. Taizir with that left boot.
All tall guys in the center now of the box.
Here it comes, the flick on from Yasser. Oh, a big overhead kick. Surely that was dangerous play. Play continues. Taizir again. The cross in towards the front post. Headed away only as far as Ahmed. First time ball for Shuhail. Yasser leaping again with Diab, who again wins the ball in the air. Oh, that's a foul, surely. It's going to be a yellow card this time for Michel.
All frustration came in this foul. Over the top, it's always very, very dangerous.
Just lock that right
in the legs.
I think that's exactly what you were just saying. Bring one of the big central defenders forward. But I think they were just motioning towards perhaps the big number 5, Osama, to just go and play up front now. Time is of the essence for Saudi Arabia. Kariri can drop back as a second central defender if need be, which he is doing with number 14. He'll step up into midfield probably when they have possession. But Osama is now operating as a third striker for Saudi Arabia. They're all staying forward as well. Hussawi wins the header. Michel. Kariri screaming at his defense to step up. The ball in towards Osama. Boulouz, as is his want, punches again. Ahmed looking for the run of Taizir. Oh, and again, nobody attacking the ball except Abdul Razak Al Hussein. The number 5 for Syria. Vedas Ismail has been screaming at the referee to be allowed back onto the field. He's there now. Abdullahi with the throw. This time it's a little quicker. Habib. Well, might just use up a couple more seconds.
Still 6-7 minutes to play, I believe.
Well, on the official clock,
it's not the end.
There's 70 seconds left in regulation time. Towards Yasser. That was a good leap. But again, there's nobody attacking the second phase ball. Naif can't get there, Osama neither. Nawaf. The switch of play for Michal, the left back. The cross, good early ball into the front post. Yasser for Nawaf. Yasser again! And Syria survive another scare. And it just hasn't been Yasser's night. Yasser Al-Qahtani, he's had chances. He just looks like he's not quite 100%, not quite sharp enough. Abdul Razak Al-Hussein. The switch of play, Alzino decides that he's not going to run for anything he doesn't need to after all the running he's done so far. Look at this, the ball in. Yasser. Time to turn and perhaps shoot himself. He looked for Nawaf, the shot was blocked, and the second shot from Yasser Al-Qahtani was not the treat he was looking for. Osama, that's a good header!
What a save!
Flying across runs. And have been mildly critical, perhaps, of the keeper for coming and punching, but how about this? Look at this.
Even the first header of Hausawi was a great header, and what a chance.
It was almost behind him, it was almost in the back of the net. Naif, he must have seen his name up in lights. Brilliant stuff from Mossab Balouz, this 28-year-old keeper from the Syrian champions, Al-Karameh, earning his 73rd cap. And he might just have earned his side the perfect start to the 15th Asian Cup. He's still going to have to pick himself up and have a little bit more defending to do, along with this courageous Syrian side. The chant of Syria, Syria. Nawaf with the corner towards the penalty spot. Osama again, Kariri. Can't hit the bicycle kick and it's cleared. Only as far as Nawaf. Low, hard cross, deflected up in the air and onto the roof of the net.
Now they are very lucky, but everybody in front, corner kicks.
Well, the goal in the last couple of minutes is just leading a rather charmed life. Nawaf again, it's a good ball. Osama in there leaping again. This should be Syrian ball, it is. Oh, what a save that was from Toulouse. I can't hear you, I can't hear you. Oh, now he can. The Syrian supporters, what would be a famous victory, their last win in the Asian Cup came in their last game back in 1996. 2-0 winners over Uzbekistan, but by then they had no chance of qualification. They have never made it out of the group stage. They are about, perhaps, just minutes, seconds away from taking the lead in Group B. Japan and Jordan with a single point. We're in the 3rd minute of stoppage time. Tezer. In it comes. Balouz comes for it again. It's long. Walid. They need the ball up the other end of the pitch. The flick on for Yasser. Yasser Al-Qahtani. Can he be a match saver for Saudi Arabia, Who will it be? Taizir perhaps. The shot is wide of the mark, and is that the last chance? Pulling the shot wide. The substitute, he's equalised once, he couldn't equalise the second time there. We're in the 4th minute of stoppage time. Michal with the header. Nawaf. Habib wins it, but not for long. He's been outnumbered by white shirts. Nawaf again, still the tackles come flying in from Syria. Michal with the big ball into the area. And Blues, it's always becoming the hero.
It's always a question why Saudi Arabia didn't start in the game with such a commitment, with such an attitude as they did it in the last 15 minutes. But it's too late now. The brave team of Syria, I think they will make the first sensation in this tournament. A great one.
And what a moment for their coach, Tito Valeriu, the Al Ittihad coach, who's been loaned to the national team. He said yesterday, there's no pressure on us. We've only had 3 weeks to prepare for this tournament. What can you possibly expect? Well, we've got more than we bargained for. There goes the final whistle. Syria celebrate like they've won the Asian Cup. They have defeated 3 times champion Saudi Arabia. They have caused the first major upset of Qatar 2011. The celebrations will go long into the night. Tito Valerio, hats off. Jose Pizarro. Well, he has to try and build this side back up. Pull them up from their bootlaces, because Saudi Arabia are in big trouble. The celebrations look like they will go on well into the night, but a great victory, a deserved victory.
And you see motivation, attitude, commitment can beat such a team like Saudi Arabia. Experienced team. They are motivated, they know. And it's a great day for Syrian football.
There is the final score. Syria 2. Abdul Razak Al Hussein in the 37th minute. Taizir Al-Jassam equalising for Saudi Arabia on the hour mark, but it was an equaliser that was to hold the 2 sides level for just 2 minutes. As Abdul Razak Al Hussein scored the second and secured a famous victory for Syria. It's all over. Syria are top of Group B after their opening match. From myself, Ravi Thompson, and Bernd Stanger, we hope you've enjoyed a thrilling match of football. We'll see you again tomorrow for more Asian Cup.
シリアのまとまりの強さじゃないですかね。しっかりとしたカウンターをしようっていうのはチーム出てましたからね。そこは日本は気をつけないといけないですね。
お伝えしましたサウジアラビアとシリアのゲーム、シリアが2対1勝ちました。
إذا مشاهدينا الكرام تنتهي هذه المباراة بفوز المنتخب السوري بهدفين مقابل هدف في هذه المباراة القوية بين المنتخبين. كابتن ياسر، المنتخب السعودي لم يظهر بالصورة المطلوبة، شو السبب كابتن ياسر؟
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، الحمد لله رب العالمين. نحب نقول لاخواننا السوريين مبروك وهارد لك لنا. احنا اليوم ما قدمنا، احنا غير راضيين ابدا عن المستوى اللي قدمناه. صراحة مستائين جدا من انفسنا، ولكن باذن الله يعني نوعد الجميع ان شاء الله بتحسين الصورة في المباراة المقبلة باذن الله.
كابتن ياسر، الشوط الاول لم يظهر المنتخب السعودي بالصورة المطلوبة، الشوط الثاني استمر ولكن تحسن قليلا. هل نقول المدرب يصير له ضلع في هذه الخسارة من المنتخب السوري؟
ابدا، احنا بداية ان احنا اللعيبه نتحمل المسؤولية. احنا ما ظهرنا بالصورة ابدا، احنا كنا نتوقع ان راح نظهر بصورة افضل، لكن الظروف ما ساعدتنا خلال المباراة. سمحنا للمنتخب السوري ياخذ ثقة اكبر، وهذه كرة القدم في النهاية، لكن ان شاء الله نحسن الصورة المباراة المقبلة ان شاء الله.
التوفيق ان شاء الله.
شكرا.
اذا مشاهدينا الكرام، مشاهدي قناة دبي الرياضية، ما زلنا معكم في هذه التغطية من هنا من ملعب المباراة بعد الفوز السوري في امام المنتخب السعودي بهدفين مقابل هدف. بالفعل نتيجة كبيرة للمنتخب السوري ان يسجل هدفين في هذه المباراة، وهي ايضا يتخطى عقبة كبيرة من امام العقبات الكبيرة من امام المنتخب السعودي. إذا مشاهدينا الكرام، كابتن عبد الرزاق صاحب الهدفين اليوم هدية سوريا والشعب السوري 3 نقاط مهمة، وأيضا هدفين سجلهم اللاعب عبد الرزاق الحسين.
أول شيء بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، طبعا أولا وآخرا الحمد لله رب العالمين، كله التوفيق رب العالمين. اليوم ما عبد الرزاق الحسين بس سجل هدفين، منتخب سوريا كله سجل هدفين. نحن لعبنا كمجموعة، فعلا أثبتنا إنه الكرة السورية متطورة في الفترة الأخيرة. طبعا كل قبل المباراة بس نحن اثبتنا انه فريق قوي وراح نكون حصان اسود بالبطوله. طبعا هلا نحن راح نسينا مباراه السعوديه من هاللحظه، عم نفكر بلعبه اليابان ولعبه الاردن، كل مباراه على حق
الصداره
الحمد لله. بس نحن المهم انه تحافظ على الصداره، مو انه توصل للصداره، المحافظه على الصداره اهم من الوصول لها. طبعا نحن قلت لك بدنا فرحانين كثير، الشعب السوري بيستاهل منا كل خير، بنقول الحمد لله رب العالمين، وهذا ابسط شيء بنقدمه للشعب السوري.
المبروك.
الله يبارك عمرك.
اذا هدفين سجلهم عبد الرزاق، اذا الزميل انتقل لك.